What's up guys, Sal here. So Samsung just announced its earning guidance for Q4 2018 with an estimated 29% drop in profit. That's quite a lot, which comes around $3 billion. This comes right after Apple announced their lowered earning guidance, where they said their revenues would take a hit by up to $9 billion. Unlike Apple, Samsung didn't disclose yet the exact reason for this drop, but they'll do it at the end of this month. Of course, that being said, I see John Prosser pointing out that some of YouTubers made huge noise when Apple lowered their earning guidance, but when Samsung did the same, there's absolutely nothing. You don't see the same number of articles with same headlines or same YouTube videos. Well, let me tell you the basis of why some people say Apple is in trouble if their smartphone sales fail too much, while we don't say the same for other companies like Samsung. Look, that's because the success of Apple relies mainly on how well the iPhones perform. Yes, Apple is also a services company. They have App Store, iOS, agreed. But the success of that also relies on the success of iPhones. If iPhones perform poorly, their other businesses will also perform poorly. It's correlated. We can't say the same about Samsung or Sony or even LG. Samsung in particular deals in almost everything you could imagine. Constructions, loans, TVs, phones, military ships, the list goes on and on and on. Simply put, Samsung is not in the same situation as Apple is. Even if Samsung's mobile division fails, Samsung isn't going nowhere. They'll still be there and they'll still make billions in profits. The same doesn't hold true for Apple. Apple is kinda like Nokia of past. Nokia relied too much on their phone division, and in 2009, no one in their wildest dreams even thought Nokia would go out of business. But they did 4 years later. Apple is in a similar situation. Don't get me wrong, Apple isn't going anywhere from lower iPhone sales, but they have a lot to worry with people not willing to upgrade than a company like Samsung. Samsung has a far more diverse product set. So the equivalence between their revenue announcements and Apple's revenue announcement doesn't make much sense, and that is the main reason you don't see such headlines for Samsung for lowering their guidance. Again, the main reason I think people are not upgrading is not because the market is saturated or is on a decline, but because of these crazy ass prices that only has incremental upgrades. There's a tremendous opportunity for companies to grow in developing nations like India with population of over 1.4 billion, and most of them don't even have flagships. Apple is pricing their phones at over $2,000 there and then scratch their heads wondering why people aren't flocking to buy them. Sometimes companies are just plain stupid. The invention of the iPhone is largely due to why Apple is now the richest company. The iPhone craze is what got them there. Unlike Samsung, they don't have a ton of other products like TVs, washers, dryers, refrigerators, etc. to fall back on if the smartphone industry takes a nosedive. So while I don't think Apple is doomed by any means, but relying on the success of one product like the iPhone is not a good idea. That wave is only gonna last for so long, and I think that wave is now dying down for everyone at this point.